Welcome to the tutorial video for how to configure your Services Hub on-demand assessment for Exchange. In this video, you'll learn the prerequisites to setting up your assessment, the requirements for the user account you use to do the setup, step-by-step instructions for completing the setup, and finally, you'll see how to view and analyze the results of your Exchange assessment. If you haven't already, you'll need to install the Services Hub on-demand assessment agent on your system. You can watch a short tutorial video at the link displayed here. To configure the Exchange assessment, you need a domain user account with the following permissions: an Exchange view on the administrator permission to the Exchange organization, administrative access to every Exchange server in the organization, and finally, public folder administrative permission to the Exchange organization, though this is not required if the account is a domain administrator or an Exchange full admin. Now, to begin configuring the Exchange on-demand assessment, we need a working directory for the assessments and the path to that directory to reference in the commands. This directory will be on the C drive with the name OMS. Next, launch a PowerShell prompt by right-clicking and choosing Run as Administrator. Then run the command as add -exchange assessment task. Halfway through typing the command, you can click Tab, and if you see the line autocomplete, you'll know the agent setup modules loaded successfully. For the next input, press a space, then a dash to bring up the working directory input. Here, input the path to your working directory in double quotes. Finally, enter your Exchange administrator account credentials and password, then hit Enter. It is now safe to close the PowerShell window. Now we'll go into the Task Scheduler and schedule our task for a future date, since we don't want the manual task that we'll schedule right now to conflict with a future scheduled task that's going to run. So go into Assessments, click on Exchange Assessment, Properties, then open Triggers, and edit this trigger to run at a future date, likely 3 or 4 days from today. So for example, this was created on a Thursday, so we'll choose to run this assessment on Tuesday, and click OK. Enter your credentials to edit the task. Then right-click and choose Run. Now go into your working directory to make sure that things are working fine. After a few minutes, you'll see files generated here. Go into the Data Model folder and make sure that all of your Exchange servers are being discovered. Next, go into Logs and open the Discovery trace to make sure there are no unexpected exceptions. Finally, after 3 or 4 hours, you can analyze the results of your Exchange assessment. You open up the OMS workspace, and for your Exchange server assessment, you'll see Recommendations. Clicking on the tile will show you all of the recommendations. Clicking one of the recommendations will show you that recommendation, the issue, the suggested action to fix the issue. This also shows the impact of the issue on your environment, the probability of the issue reoccurring, and the effort needed to mitigate this risk, and finally, which servers and other objects were affected. This concludes the configuration for your Exchange Server on-demand assessment.